Welcome to the Unlimited Mindset, how to have more success, time, freedom, and peace of mind with your host, Camilla Calberg. Are you ready for an easier way to create a great life? Learn to shift what no longer serves you. On the Unlimited Mindset, you develop understanding, awareness, and knowledge of being consciously aware. Camilla knows firsthand what results you can achieve when you commit yourself. She is the trusted advisor to successful leaders in the pharmaceutical industry with the desire to share what she knows with you. You are your own leader. Everything starts and ends with you. If you're ready to commit consistently and grow your mind, join in. The Unlimited Mindset starts now.
Welcome to another episode of the Unlimited Mindset. I am buzzing with energy today, talking about something that is core to our success as human beings, as leaders, parents, friends. And I'm going to dive deep. We're talking about today the trust factor. Trust is essential for any relationship to grow. Trust is so crucial when we want more success, whatever aspect of our life. I want to open today with a story, and then let's see how it goes. I do have notes here, but I can feel I'm taking maybe a different path today, because I also have some cards in front of me, which I got from Stephen Covey a few months ago on trust. So let's see how it goes. Ready? I am super ready. And remember, you can always ring in, send me a question. And here we go. Saturday was a breakthrough for my daughter. I actually visualized 2 years ago when we were transitioning in divorce, that she one day would be on stage performing. And her big day was Saturday. This little girl was super nervous. Let that be said. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you will see a post I put on earlier today. Before she went into backstage, she was so nervous, and her trainer, her dance coach, because she would perform ballroom dancing, quick steps, slow vowels, and the others dancing style arts. Her dancing coach or dance came over to her and said, she's been a professional dancer. She knows where to meet and how to meet people and children. She said, listen, I know how it feels, but you will be so proud when it's all over. She was my daughter's coach in that moment. She was then taken by the hands of her dance partner and her coach, and they went in, marched in to backstage. Then you would think that's trust, right? And she would just go on stage and perform. But what happened, which I just witnessed like really live, was that they were lining up and she was the first in line. But this little girl was so nervous. So when the next show was introduced and had been introduced, everyone was holding their breath. Nothing happened. Nothing. about 9 seconds. 9 seconds can feel like a really long time. She stood there biting her nails and she could hardly breathe. She was so nervous. But her coach came up and said, remember, you will love it when it's all done. And then she was pushed in on stage. And she went down to the very end corner. And there they were. And they were smiling and dancing. Saturday, my daughter was a great example of what you can do, how you can beat and conquer your fear when you trust. Not sure how much she trusted herself. She's still too young to say that, but she trusted everyone around her. And I share this story because I really found it so fascinating, also in leadership, how we trust ourselves. And when we don't trust, and when we don't have a coach around us who cannot trust, who can take us by the hand and say, you do it anyway, do it scared, do it messy, do it anyway. Then what happens when we are adults? We don't do it because we don't have the trust to dance with our fears. Our fears control how we show up. That's one element of trust. Whatever setting we are in, trust is the foundation for performance. Trust is the foundation for success and for everything to happen. In order for trust to grow, we have to respect the other person. If you don't respect me, or I don't respect you, there won't be any trust. And that is a challenge I've witnessed so many times when I was serving corporate, I would say America, the corporate world, but also the stories I hear when I serve my clients. The trust issue. Let me just find, because I have quite some great questions. Just want to reflect on this, and I'd like you to reflect as well. When was the last time fear was holding you back because you didn't trust yourself and you had no one to be your cheerleader? When was the last time? We tell our children, come on, you can do it anyway. Tell our friends, come on, you can do it. But who cheers you up? Who helps move your needle? Many people, leaders, do not have cheerleaders. And I think that's wrong. It's wrong. And it can be done differently if you want to be the true, authentic leader who really wants to serve. So let's dive into how we build trust, the foundations of trust. Because what is trust? That intangible thing, but so important for anything to happen. Whether it's in the school, building bonds, relationships with our best friends, go out dating, to the exams, even sharing to our parents what really has happened is trust. That hidden ingredient, Stephen Covey says, the currency for everything to happen, for every currency needed for any relationship to flourish. What does trust mean to you personally? You see, trust can be something once was shape and form for you and different for me. What I know to be true is trust comes down to also our values. What is important for me? Also respect. If I'm not feel respected, how on earth can I trust the other person? Respect is so important. And many people, many leaders are unaware of the respect ingredient needed when you are to build trust. When I have been in I experienced various situations where I didn't feel I was respected. And there was in particular one situation where I didn't feel I was seen, I was respected, and my voice was heard. I felt I was muted. And I didn't trust my line manager. And when I hear today, when people come and want to work with me and they talk about trust, they distance themselves from trust. Is that I can build trust, and they judge the other person. They're going to validate if they have these skills and whether they want to fit in that and that. That's all good and it makes good sense. But it depends where you come from. Do you come from a place of judging? Or do you come from a place of genuine curiosity on how to serve? If you come from the place of deep compassion and being passionate to set other people up for success, then that conversation would flow so much differently. And we very quickly build trust compared to waiting, out of balancing a team, orchestrating the team resources. I know you would judge, does she fit in on that stool or chair? Where does she sit? Where does he sit? It takes a distance. So many ways that trust can be built. Is there so many ways? But certainly also ways that trust can be broken. And unfortunately, or sadly, I have witnessed many situations where leaders use their power in the wrong way, thinking that is the way to build trust. That's not how you build trust. And they will come and complain that the team members didn't listen. But if you want people to listen to you, you get to know how to build trust. And it comes by showing respect. And if I may say, this is all on my own, right? But I think that's a great lesson still to be learned in our world today, to respect other people more than what we do today. So how do we build trust? One tool that I use when I connect with new people at the first time, I tell them, it's very simple, it's very straightforward. I tell them, I trust you, and if you trust me back, we can go very deep. And that is a sentence that removes any distrust, any type of, even the smallest ingredient of not respecting each other, it's out of that equation, and it doesn't belong in that conversation. And I tell you that every time I give or share this trust contract, let's call it trust contract, we go so deep in 30 minutes because you, as being the first time we connect, you have all your guards down, you relax, and you just let go and share what's really on your heart. That's how powerful trust is. That's how powerful it can be. Two people trust each other. Just imagine for a moment what you could achieve more of if you started to build trust based on respect. Wow, wasn't that deep, powerful? What could you achieve more of if you build this trust on respect? What could you achieve? More efficiency, a high increased efficiency, better performance, outstanding results. Toxicity would leave the team. Shoulders down, you will smile more. It's easy, it's joy, life is easy. There's no complexity because you talk to them. That's how powerful it is. How would trust play a different role in leadership if you played the trust card, the trust formula? Because remember this show tonight, or this episode tonight, or today? It's called the trust factor. The stardust factor, the success factor. And we also have a trust factor. So how would leadership in your organization be different if you or your C-level suite said, I trust you, and you trusted them back? What would happen? Amazing, huh? Fascinating. I think that's a word I want to share. I just want to zigzag a little out and then find some of my cuts, because what's really interesting is that Stephen Covey wrote a book on trust and inspire. And when you buy that book, you can also buy a set of cards, like PowerPoints, which summarizes the book's points. It's like playing a card, isn't it? This card of life. And there's really some greatness in this. And that is, and reminds me of a conversation I had with a client recently, where he struggled to really see that if he wants to build trust, it all comes from within. You can't build trust when you start to judge. It's absolutely impossible, because how can you respect people if you judge? And when I looked at these cards, found these cards just before our event today, there are 5 fundamental beliefs. And I want to pull out just a few. And that is that belief 5, enduring influence is created from the inside out. Ooh, this is so big for me in my body, because that's why we talk about the unlimited mind, the mind. If you want to become a better version of yourself, if you want to step into more greatness, you get to be a different person altogether. You get to give more of yourself. And it comes from within. You get to remove the mental barriers, and remove the mental walls that has been built up within your house, your body, from childhood, society, social media platforms, and what have you. But it all comes from within. And that's why when you start to talk about respect, is that when you respect someone, you see the person at who he is. And every one of us have greatness within. When we go into a conversation where we say, you have greatness, I respect you, we cannot judge. And then trust will be 10x. And you can create so much more. And for me, this is so powerful. And it's so fascinating. And yet, we get to dive deep in on this in certain circles, but not in business schools. And that's why I decided to talk about the trust factor today. And it's just an invitation. If you say, I'm ready to level up, I'm ready to learn how to build more trust and be vulnerable. You cannot build trust and have respect and be you if you're not vulnerable. If you're ready for that, come and join us. I have opened the doors for our Inner Circle for Female Leaders, Project Olympus. We'll find it on my website. Project Olympus is the community for leaders, female leaders, who want to step into more greatness and serve. And that is true leadership, where we trust and set other people up for respect, up for success. As we're closing for today, how can you use trust as a factor for more success? Or driver, that was the word, the driver for more success. What can you do even more of? So you trust people more, people trust you. What is it that needs to go? Because something needs to go. You get to remove something in order to step into more greatness. That's how it is. And what can you, or what could you create if people started to trust you more? What could you create? And where would you be? That's also something that we're talking about and working about. We don't talk. We transform in Project Olympus. Say, where do you want to be 3 years from now? What needs to change? If this resonates with you, reach out. You know how to find me? But here it is, Camilla at calbergcoaching.com. Reach out. We have a few seats left. And a bonus if you sign up this week. So as we're coming to a close, remember the trust factor and what to do differently. And when you trust, you keep your heart open, your mind open, and you look for greatness in everyone. There's greatness in all people. And when you look for greatness, it just starts to expand, expand, expand. With this, thank you so much for tuning in, for listening. I'm so grateful that we're connected once again. Remember, if you want to level up, have a chat, reach out, Camilla at calbergcoaching.com. I cannot wait to connect with you. I hope to see you inside on Project Olympus. And remember, your trust factor. Very few people understand this, but I hope now you do. Have a wonderful Monday. See you next time. Bye for now.
You have been listening to The Unlimited Mindset, how to have more success, time, freedom, and peace of mind. Tune in every first and third Monday at 9 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com with your host, Camilla Calberg, as she helps you create a great life in an easier way. Learn the why, what, and how of conscious awareness and shift what no longer serves you. Camilla knows firsthand what results you can achieve when you commit yourself. Create your future today. For more information, visit calbergcoaching.com.